A WWE star is out of action indefinitely. Plus, we have an update on an absent WWE champion, and the new AEW World Title belt has been leaked. It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. So we haven't seen Raquel Rodriguez. Happy New Year, by the way.
Happy New Year, Tom.
Well done. Did you have a nice New Year?
It was fine. How was yours?
It was quiet.
We're getting old, aren't we, Tom?
We're getting old, we are. So we haven't seen Raquel Rodriguez on WWE TV since the start of December, I believe it was. I know she had a house show match against Nia Jax start of December, but
That's not the reason she's missing.
No, that is not the reason that she's missing. She explained where she has been in a video on her Instagram.
Yeah, she said, long story short, last year I posted a video about being a WWE superstar with eczema. In the month of December, I got progressively worse and I've been diagnosed with something called mast cell activation syndrome. It kept me from doing the things I love, like traveling, going to the gym and wrestling. I also don't want to be on camera. I didn't want to look in the mirror. Thank God I moved back to Texas when I did. I have the best support system in the world during this time, which is my family. I'm so grateful to them and for everything they have done for me, and to you guys as well, who have sent me kind messages and reminded me that I didn't have to go through this alone.
She talks about how her face had become red and very bloated and broken out quite a lot, and it was and bless her, it's a difficult thing to go through. I think everyone just assumes eczema is just spots, but it's so much more than that. It's physically and psychologically quite debilitating.
Yeah, I had a quick Google of all the symptoms linked to what this is, and the list is long. So yeah, fair play with her for sort of getting the message out there, because I didn't know this was a thing until she spoke about it. So,
and there'll be people who are suffering from it who will probably draw strength from it. She captions the video by saying, "I will share more on my healing journey later on when I have a better understanding of what's happening. But for now, I love you all and Happy New Year." So we don't know when we'll see Raquel Rodriguez back on TV while she goes through the process to get right from mast cell activation syndrome. Of course, we wish her the best. I think she's one of those that is a real star on the rise in the women's division.
Oh, well, the company certainly feels that way with the way she's been used over the past year or two at the least. Up the big mammy cool.
Up the big mammy cool.
Yes.
And good morning, mother, but also up the big mammy cool.
That's her on a motorcycle from back in the day.
Nice. I didn't wonder what that was. I get it now. We have an update on Dragon Lee for you. So we heard yesterday that Dragon Lee was going to be missing out on NXT New Year's Eve due to a visa issue. PW Insider gives us an update to say it shouldn't be something that keeps him away from the ring for too long.
Basically, he needed some sort of visa sorting out, and because it was Christmas, the postmen were off. So
that's essentially it, isn't it?
It didn't get delivered in time, so it's now to worry about. Just because it was the holiday season, things got delayed a little bit.
It happens. Alex ordered some pajamas for a pajama party that didn't turn up until like today.
She went naked then.
Yes, she did. It was a very cold, very shocking night, and we're not allowed in the NE4 postcode anymore. So it was basically, that's what happened. There's no major outstanding overriding issues that will stop the North American champion Dragon Lee from competing on NXT. PW Insider even saying that he could be back as soon as SmackDown on Friday. So it's not going to keep him away for too long, just a matter of visas being physically in his hands before he can travel back to the US.
Yes, and of course on NXT, the LWO will be stepping in on behalf of Dragon Lee and fighting those fighty boys.
And a surprise on the LWO side as well.
Andrade El Idolo, of course.
Do you know what? Optics say it could be Andrade El Idolo.
They can't have him come back in NXT.
They could.
I love NXT, but to get him back and think on whereabouts on the main roster card he would be, NXT for the re-debut is not the place.
Who do you think it's going to be then?
It's going to be Andrade. No, Carlito, I think. Jack mentioned it this morning, because we haven't seen Carlito for a little bit. I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know where he's been. Hopefully he's fine. Is he okay? I don't know. Let's just blame Santos Escobar.
Blame Santos Escobar for Dragon Lee's visa issues as well. Let's do that. When it comes to SmackDown on Friday, a cheeky production change. It's going to sound slightly different on Friday. It's going to sound very different on Friday, isn't it?
Yeah, big time. PW Insider saying the word making the rounds in the WWE is the start in the new year. The announced teams will all consist of 2-man booths. This means that Michael Cole's time on SmackDown ended last month. That is not the name I expected to be there in the SmackDown portion. I thought it was going to be K-Pat in the middle.
I must admit, and forgive me, as soon as I started reading it, I thought, Kev, Okay, Kev, still there. I think I like Kevin Patrick. He got a lot of short shrift online. I think because he's surrounded by so many good people now that I think I really like him. I really do. I think Michael Cole being there was never. It feels like it was never going to be a permanent solution to the SmackDown broadcast team. I think he was more there to work closer with Kev.
Armbands. That's what Michael Cole was for Kevin Patrick. Kevin Patrick was going to swim for the first time, and he was like, I'm drowning because I've not been taught to swim. So Michael Cole was like, armbands, vintage armbands.
Do you know what? Michael Cole, for the longest of time, he got a lot of short shrift in my time as well. WWE uploaded a video to their Instagram. They might have put it other places of Michael Cole's biggest calls of the year. He's great. He's really the last 12 months in particular, really just calling those moments so fantastically with such energy and enthusiasm.
It just feels organic now with Michael, which is obviously a nice thing to say when he had the devil in his ear for the past 23 years or whatever it was before that. But even The Rock last night, as we're sat here, just says, yeah! It's what you would do, wouldn't it, if you were just sat there watching?
In terms of best reactions for The Rock's return, I've not put this down here, but check out Samantha Irvin's reaction. I don't think anyone told Ring Announcer Samantha Irvin that The Rock was there. And her reaction is pretty much all of our reactions. God, love her. She's great. Let's go to AEW for the last one today. Samoa Joe mentioned during the media scrum that the Big Burberry's going in the bin, and a new title is coming soon. Now, Fightful Select have got a photo of the tweaked AEW World Title.
Look at how different it is.
Now, I will tell you what's different.
There are differences.
Before you kick off, this is a slightly different belt. It's a picture of you and you look slightly different. Now, what's different? So we're back to the black strap. The Burberry's gone. I believe it's a darker shade of black leather strap as well. I just think sharp fingers. The central AEW logo now has a bolder, a black background behind it.
Yes.
Which is great because before it was very difficult to see the logo sometimes.
And now when Samoa Joe goes on the news, you'll be able to go, oh, look, it's AEW, no matter how good your vision is.
Exactly. It's clearly in the centre. Hard to miss it. The side plates have changed as well. They've gone from one globe and two logos to two globes and one logo. So they started at two globes and one logo. They're now on one globe and two logos.
I think it looks better with one globe.
I do as well. One world.
There is one world.
As far as we know.
I know, yeah.
So
don't invade the aliens. I mean, that's a message to the aliens. We're not going to invade the aliens.
The comma's sometimes very important in a sentence. Don't invade the aliens.
Good evening, paedophiles. Mark Austin, ITV News, Google it.
Or don't. Now, in terms of the side plates, let's talk side plates, baby. So the talking point here is just before the new year, the Clemson Tigers won a AEW Tax Slayer Bowl over the Kentucky Wildcats, and Tony Khan presented the Clemson Tigers with a custom AEW title. This is the first time they've done something like this, and they had Clemson Tiger custom side plates, which suggests to I that the AEW World Champion, easy Tiger. The AEW World Title belt will have custom side plates for whoever is champion.
I like it.
I think that's important.
To be fair, when it comes to belts, I like custom side plates and I like name slates. I don't have a preference there.
You want both?
Some sort of customization.
Why not both?
Yeah,
both is good.
Yeah,
and I think that's what we're getting. So we'll find out on Wednesday if Joe walks out with that new belt. We'll know it's a start of a bold new era. With Samoa Joe as world champion and a slightly different looking belt.
But it is different.
It is different. So
three differences there at least.
There's legally three differences. So you can shut up. I recorded just before we came down here today. Put together a video which was breaking down all the moving and the shaking in the WWE and AEW title pictures of last year. There was a lot of moving and shaking, but a few divine constants in there as well.
Divine constants?
Divine constants, like Ken Barlow in Coronation Street.
He's signed up for the air, hasn't he?
He's going to
be there till he's 92.
He's going to be there. What will happen first? Ken Barlow leaves Corey or Roman loses the title?
Roman loses the title. Ken will be there for another 150 years. The aliens will have invaded and taken over the Rover's return, but Ken will still be there having a white wine spritzer.
Well, why don't you pour yourself a white wine spritzer later on today as we break down all the title moving in AEW and WWE from last year ahead of a new year, a bold new year ahead.
A whole new world.
New Year resolutions, any?
Yes, lose me tits. You?
I'm going to lose your tits as well. No, I have similar aspirations of tit loss because I'm getting married in November. Oh! I've said it. Whoa! I'm getting married in November.
You can't go back on it now.
You can't change your mind, Alex. Getting married in November, so I guess I've got to fit into a suit at some point. And I turned 40 in January, so I've got to just look after myself now because Lord knows my body's given up on me.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year!
Another year closer to death.
Yes! One day closer to the furnace. We have more news throughout the day. Via Cultaholic.com. Happy New Year. Love you, bye.